Well, welcome to Modeling Time with me, Brian Banna. And it's been a little while since I've done a video. I've been working on some things. I was crying about, how much I don't like weathering, but I like weathering and blah, 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 and all that garbage. So, sorry, but I got through that. And so I've come to the point where I'm just going to do what I enjoy doing. I don't need to make up any excuses for it. And I really, really enjoy doing models that aren't weathered. I love the weathering, but I really like seeing a factory finish model, and that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's what I'm going to be running. I think the reason why I jump around so much is because I don't have a layout, and most likely I will never have a layout. So I'm not concerned about that. I run with the Sipping and Switching Society, which they set up these huge layouts that I can just run trains that I want to, put them away, and that's that. And I can run anything I want, so I can build anything I want, and I can enjoy anything that I choose to enjoy. So, you've seen the title of this video. It's an AC4400. And I never thought that I would be building modern locomotives like this. I was always in the late 60s, early to mid 70s, and really never liked pushing into the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But I finished a model yesterday because I really wanted to see what my Copper State Railway would look like on a Dash 9, and boy did it grab my attention. I really like it. The look of it, everything about it just says you've got to build more of these things. So I'm going to do an AC4400. The AC4400 is going to be in a excuse me, in a support our troops paint scheme. So I'm designing that right now. I have the start of it going pretty good. I just need to come up with how I want the color scheme to go and things like that. So let me get the camera set up and I'll show you the Dash 9 that I'd finished today. I don't like the horn in it, and I think it's the way that I set the speakers up and the cavity I put them in and stuff. So this unit's probably not going to be a lead unit ever. The horn is just, it's really bad. It sounds like a calf being murdered. So it's not going to be a lead unit. But I'm going to put different speakers in this one, and I'll show you all that as when I move the camera over here. But let me get the camera set up, and I can show you the Dash 9 that I just finished today, and get into what I'm going to start on the AC4400. Now, I've already taken the AC4400 apart, and my videos, I think, are getting a bit redundant with, showing you the same thing over and over and over again. The AC4400 and this Dash 9 were not detailed. It's pretty much out-of-the-box Kato, and I really like the way they look. They look good if you put a nice paint job on them, a real clean and crisp paint job on them, a nice finish on them, and set them up that way. I like that. I love the factory finish look on them. So that's the way I'm going with these. So I'm probably going to be modeling some modern stuff for a little while. Today I bought a Bowser QNSNL SD40-2, which when I get it, it'll be stripped and it'll be done in Copper State Railway as well. So there'll be some SD40-2s coming. I got one Dash 9 done. I got two more to do, and I've got this AC4400 to do. So I'm just going to enjoy this railroad. Not going to worry about the weathering. Like I said, I really like the factory finish look to them, and I just want to have fun with it. Now I'm 58 years old. I've piddled around with so much stuff, and I'm never going to get to the place where I was hoping to be when I was 60, so screw it. I'm just going to have fun, build some nice models, and enjoy the hobby. So let me get the camera set up and show you this Dash 9. So there's a Dash 9. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. Maybe get something under this camera so that it tilts up a little bit. There we go. And basically that's it. Not really, much to say about it. Now, like I said, the horn sounds terrible on it. But the motor sound and the bell sound, they sound really good. What I did, like if this was the frame, is I cut speaker cavities here, here, and the same on the other side. And I think that's probably what's deadening the sound of the horn. But the motor sounds good, and the bell sounds good, so that's good. That works fine for me. So let me do a little bit of a walk around on this thing so you can see the paint job on it. And the other side pretty much looks the same as far as the paint and such. So like I said, I really like how this turned out. This is pretty much all Kato parts. The only thing that's not Kato, if you can see the, let me see if I can get this over here. You can see that. If you can see the MU receptacles, those are Detail Associates. And the, over here, moving everything around, the fuel filler caps are my own design, 3D printed. So that was, and the reason I did that was because I couldn't successfully mask them. So I needed them as separate pieces and paint them and then put them on. All right, so like I said, I took the model apart. This is the Kato frame for the AC4400. I need to strip it. I need to relocate the holes for the coupler because I'm going to put my own draft gearbox in it, and it'll move the coupler in a little bit more because they tend to stick out a little too far. So what I'm going to do to this frame, like I said, the couplers. Now, on the Dash 9, all of the lights are tower LEDs pushed right into the housing. So the end of the tower LED lens is right up close or right at the front of the light housing. And that's for the ditch lights and the headlight and the rear light. For the AC4400, the ditch lights are on top of the deck, so I really can't do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the light tubes. I'm going to put a LED right into the housing itself, right behind the lens. And then I'll run the wires up through here. The front light and rear light will be done like the Dash 9, where the tower LED is right at the into the housing, front and rear. So I'll go over that when it's time to do that and show you how I've done that. For the frame, I have a whole bunch of speakers that I've collected over the years, and quite honestly, I'm not a really big fan of sound. It just doesn't have the depth and the bass and all that to really bring it to life. It's just a lot of white noise. So I put sound in them only because if you've got sound in them and you need to sell stuff, it's a selling point. So that's why I put sound in them. But for this one, I have this old bass reflex speaker. So what I'm going to do, this is the rear. I'm going to bury this right down inside of the frame, you know, as low as I can go back here. As low as I can go to be right above the top of the worm gear cover. So that'll go in there. I'll be using a buddy board and a 21 pin decoder. That'll go right up on top of the motor, and I'll go over all of that when it's time. And this keep alive is I'm going to ball end mill the front here so that this here is right, so that the top of this is below the top of where the wires go through. That way I know when I put the cab on, the bottom of the cab interior won't interfere with the cab interior. So that's what's going on with the frame. So I need to strip all the paint off the frame. I need to cut here, I need to cut here, and I need to do the draft gearbox, new holes for the draft gearbox. Right now the shell and all the shell parts are in 91% isopropyl alcohol soaking, so that I can get the paint stripped off of that. So first up is just to get the frame done. Well, that takes care of the introduction for this next project, the AC4400. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to look fantastic when I get it done, if I can get a good, classy design done for the Support Our Troops paint scheme. And so I'm going to call this video done. I hope you're looking forward to seeing how this is all going to turn out, and let's see how it goes. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.